Hello, fellow hunters, and welcome back to Call of the Wild. We are continuing our adventures in Silver Ridge Peaks, working to unlock the entire map of all of its points of interest, as well as grab a gold trophy animal, at least, of each type. We currently have the mountain goat and mountain lion left to go, as has been the case for the last couple of episodes. I heard a noise. We're going to be able to see a goat here. Unfortunately, the trees are... Oh, there we go. 61, that ain't gonna do it. We need an 85 or better, realistically. But I don't want to take the shot, because if there's a male over there that I don't see, I don't want to lose it. But unfortunately, we're kind of stuck where we are. All right, well, maybe we'll get lucky and something will run in front of us, but let's continue on with our intro. Our plan for today is to head down, do this mission over here, and then depending on where that takes us, we'll either follow the mission or head over to this lookout point over here and unlock this part of the map. Our loadout for today is the Arzina 300 mag tactical from the recently released high caliber weapons pack. It has been a pretty awesome weapon so far, and I'm excited to have it in our loadout. That is for our class 7 to 9 animals, or pretty much all the very big game. Our medium game weapon. Sorry, what's this up here? It's plant. Our medium game weapon is the Zarza 308 Stalker. We're doing an all AR, or doing a mostly AR setup today. Well, yeah, I guess it is an all AR setup today. I do a fairly realistic loadout, carrying no more than 2 long rifles. We're simulating carrying one on our back and one in our hands. Which is something that you might actually do in the real world rather than walking around with 4 different rifles. But anyways, we have our 308 Stalker for our class of... Oh, here we go. There it is. 66, 68. Fortunately, whatever was there is not anymore, but we'll go ahead and take this one out. Got ourselves a good double lung shot, probably. I don't think it was a heart shot. It was a little too high. So, yeah. For our small-ish game, we have the 243 competitor, Cuomo competitor pistol, which is for our class 2 and 3 animals. On this map, it's only the pronghorn. And then for our class 1 animals, we have the Anderson 22 pistol. As we only have the Miriam turkey, I don't feel the need to have a shotgun, and we're not really too worried about turkeys as far as our trophies go anyway. Lastly, we have the Sunberg 454 pistol as our self-defense weapon against anything that might want to become aggressive towards us, and that rounds out our entire loadout for our hunts. So, I know that was a lot, and it took me a little bit to get through it, but, ooh, oh no, 60? That's not going to do it. We're looking for 85 or better on those mountain goats, and we're also trying to find a mountain lion. It would be really nice if we could grab that before too much longer. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking to get to the end of a map and still have items left on your list, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. 67, 66. Really like to find an 85, a 90 or better. That would make me feel pretty comfortable about possibly getting our gold mountain goat. But anyways, we still have another 400 yards to go before we get to our mission over here, so I'll put a short little cut in here and bring you guys back when something interesting happens. All right, I'm stuck in a bad situation where there's a goat over here, but unfortunately the wind is not blowing in my favor, and there's no real way for me to sneak up on him. So I'm just going to charge forward and hope maybe I can catch him in a clearing over here. And if I can, maybe he'll be a high enough score for us to do something with. But with the amount of time it's taking me to spot him, I don't think we're going to get a chance at him. He's probably already long gone. Yeah, I don't see anything moving. So, unfortunately, that didn't... Sometimes you get lucky. You charge... If you just charge forward, you can catch them before they get into cover, but this time there's just too much brush and stuff in the way to make that work. In the future, when we're focusing on doing hunting, I'll be a little bit more patient with stalking and stuff like that, but right now we're just trying to unlock the map, and I don't have a bunch of time to sit and wait for animals to come to me. We have distance to cover and things to get done, and while you guys don't have to sit through the long walking parts, I do, and I have other things to get done today. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing over here, and yeah. Now, ideally, once my channel grows to the point where I don't have to worry about filling my day with other things, I'll have a little bit more time to sit and, you know, bring things in. But for now, I have a dual schedule and I have to live with that. So onward we go. All right, we're fairly close to whatever it is we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be finding the start of Ted's trail, whatever that means. Well, I'd love to find this goat, but realistically, it's over the hill, and we'll start the mission here. Hopefully, it'll take us off in that direction.
Where the hikers spotted him. That's good news. Listen, I got a hold of Norman, and he's on his way out here. But he's a couple of hours' drive away. I told him that we were looking for his dad. Norman's really worried. He thinks that Ted has had a breakdown. Ted's wife, Jeannie, died a couple of weeks ago. And since the funeral, Ted hasn't been himself.
That sucks.
The family were giving him as much space as they could. But now they're worried that he's fully isolated himself and he's made some bad decisions that have led him here. Norman took a trip to visit him, but when he arrived, Ted was gone and so was his car. Norman remembers his dad saying that he proposed to Jeannie during a trip to Silver Ridge Peaks 45 years ago. That whole region is a beautiful valley, but nobody goes out there unarmed while the bears are roaming around. It might be a long shot, but can you gear up with whatever you need and head into bear country as soon as possible? If Ted's looking for where he proposed almost a half a century ago, I just hope he finds it before the bears find him. I'll mark the beauty spot on your GPS. Be careful in those parts. Keep your rifle handy at all times.
Okay, well, it looks like the mission is taking us back into areas that we've already been, but that's okay. We'll run over here, grab this, and then head off to the next thing, depending on... it always depends on where the mission ends up taking us. If it's taking us way off in a direction we don't want to go, then we'll ignore the mission and continue on with the map. Exploring the map always takes priorities over doing the missions. So, 600 yards, and we'll find out what we're doing over here. We have several goats over here that are now running. Figured I'd take a few shots at them. You guys came here to see some hunting, and even if we're not getting presented with the kind of animals that we want, I do try to go after stuffs just to make sure we're, keeping things a little fresh and exciting. Did we actually kill that one over here? I'm not sure. I think we did. But we have to go over here and see what our blood pattern looks like. If it's a vital shot, then I think we're good to go. If not, then that's going to suck. No organs hit. So I think we were over here before, so I think these are just old ones. I'm not all that worried about it. Let's get our mission done over here, and then we'll find out where they want us to go next, and we can make a decision as to where we're going to go once that's finished. Can check out the lake over here, though. Might provide us with an opportunity. Especially since we have the wind in our face, that'll help out a little bit. Yeah, the bleed rate for that one is very low, so I'm not going to waste time on it. See anything?
This is the beauty spot. But he's gone. There's no sign of an encounter. But look, Ted was definitely here.
Yeah, it's all females.
Ted and Jeannie, 1978. I can't even imagine what's going through his head at the moment. My dad and I used to talk about men who would seek their solace in nature. He told me that if he didn't have my mom or me around, he'd eventually have just started living out here. I didn't believe him at first, but as I've grown older, it makes more sense to me. He's running from the pain he's feeling. Out there, he doesn't need to think about anyone or anything else. He can just be alone. Norman will be here soon. I told him that his visit will include a trip to bear country, so he's got a rifle to protect himself. I'll point him to his dad's old camp for now. It makes most sense for that to be where Ted will come back to whenever he's ready. There's no tracks for you to follow, and while I don't like the idea of him wandering around, Ted clearly wants to be alone out here.
Bear with me. Steam achievement. Not sure. Complete the mission. Bear with me. Okay, there you go. So we don't know what this is going to be, but I have to wait for him to start talking. And inevitably, as soon as I stop the recording, he'll start jabbering at me, and then I'll have to bring you guys right back. Just always the way it seems to work. But the longer I wait, the more you guys are sitting here. So I guess I'll put a break in here. See, I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I get ready to start pressing it.
Sammy was driving home after the rappelling lesson, and she heard something that could be Ms. Bodden. She had pulled over to look under the hood of her car, and she swears she heard a scream from the woods nearby. And I asked her if it could have been an animal noise, but she seemed pretty insistent that it was a woman's scream. I know it's nothing solid to go on, but it could be what leads us to her. Can you check it out? I'll mark the spot on your GPS.
Okay. I wanted to wait because I wasn't sure where it was going to try to take us. So we'll head over to the mission, I guess, first, and then we'll swing up this way to do the lookout point. It's a little, I don't want to, it's not annoying, but it is a little bit frustrating to have these missions continually take us back into places that we've already been. But whatever, there's nothing we can do about it. And I do want to do the missions if we can get them done without detouring too significantly. So we'll run over here, do this, and then hopefully it'll try to take us to a new part of the map and we can start focusing on getting to our actual objective, which is the lookout point over there.
This is bear country. Sure, they're normally quick to turn tail and run, but they're extremely aggressive if their cubs are nearby. It's time for maximum caution.
All right, 215. That's not anything special. For a Rocky Mountain elk, we're looking for a 350. Basically, we want an estimate up in the 360s or better. It's really what we're looking for. So, but we'll go ahead and take him because why not? Thought I got a better shot than that. Sometimes when you're shooting them head on like that, you think you should get a nice vital shot, but you're kind of shooting them in between the lungs, and it ends up not taking them down as nice as you would want them to. But anyways,
it's like a horn or something.
Let's do the mission.
There, on the ground.
Oh yeah, we got a vital hit. All right, well, let's find our elk. Ugh, I really hate it when... Okay, there we go. I really hate it when the tracks just kind of fall away. That's why we have our dog when that happens, but I got lucky enough and spotted some blue tracks as we were fumbling around trying to find it, so... Let's grab this guy here. Looks like our elk is right over here. He's just going to be a silver. But, I was hoping to get a quick drop so we didn't have to run after him like this, but usually doesn't work out that way. All right, got him with a pretty decent single lung shot, so I can live with that. It's another... See this guy? There's a mule deer over here. Like I said before, we already have a diamond, 262 for a mule deer. That's actually a pretty good score. I need to make sure I use my medium-sized weapon here. I don't want to keep getting lured too far away from our mission over here. We're already way over here, but it's kind of hard to pass up a gold mule deer when I don't really have too many in the lodge. We did get lucky and get a diamond at some point. I don't even remember it, but we did. It's on my spreadsheet here. So, it's not impressive or anything to grab this guy, but it adds another animal that we can put on the wall that'll fill out our What's the... It's the European-style lodge. I forget what it's called right now. Something manor. It's not coming to me. Oh, wow, okay. So, I mean, I hesitate to use the word troll, but that was actually pretty close. Got him with a pretty good single lung shot and then an intestines and liver shot. So that first shot would have brought him down, but he would have run a lot further if I hadn't taken it, so I'm kind of glad I did. You may have noticed that I have gone ahead and switched back to the metric system, mostly because the zeroing for the weapons is much cleaner in metric than it is in yards. It would be really nice if they updated it so that it wouldn't penalize us for using Imperial and have the zero just round to the nearest. Because, I mean, a meter and a yard are close enough that you could just use the numbers and it wouldn't make that big of a difference. I know they're trying to be exact and everything, but I don't know. Just having an uneven number when you're looking at it just really throws me off. I'm fairly OCD about numbers being on 5s and 0s. So it bugs me when I see, 328 yards or whatever it is that shows up in the Imperial system. I don't know. It's a mental thing that I should be able to get over, but I can't. So let's run back over here, find out what the situation is. I thought I pressed on the thing there, and then nothing happened. So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. I'm hoping this isn't going to be another broken quest like the one in New Zealand. Did I not?
An air horn happened.
Okay, there we go.
I've heard of people trying to scare away bears and cougars with real-life air horns. Personally, I've never really trusted using sound to scare off a bear. Not permanently, at least. And that's the contact number I had for her. Cell phone service can be really poor out there, though. Still, she was here. Check out the bear markings on that tree.
So 170 is a pretty decent score, but we need to be up in the 190s to have a decent chance at a bison, a diamond bison anyway. So let's just check these guys out one more time. 160, 169, 170. We'll probably take him. 176, that's pretty good. We still need it's 183.5 is the diamond, and being so close to the number here is not the best, but that's all right. So I think I'll try to take out like 2 of these guys. We'll take the 176 and the 170, I think. I just shot him in the head. That's not going to turn out well. So what is it that they want us to do over there? I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy looking for animals to shoot. All right, that one went down. I would imagine they both went down. The last grizzly bear recorded in the state of Colorado was killed by one Tom Sharp in September of 1979. According to Sharp's extraordinary version of events, it occurred when the then outfitter was out archery elk hunting in the San Juan wilderness and was suddenly charged by a 400-pound female grizzly. When she knocked the bow out of his hands, he instinctively grabbed the nearest arrow and plunged it into her chest, hitting a jugular and killing her almost instantly. In hospital, Sharp was arrested under the Endangered Species Act. That's BS. He maintains he acted in self-defense to this day. I mean, I guess if he... I don't know. It's hard to...
Looks like someone forgot their bear deterrent. Mind you, if you're caught unaware, it might not help. I'll never forget the time I was hunting elk with a group of friends, and a 1,200-pound grizzly came in hot from 30 yards out. Some of us had bear spray, but the wind was too strong to use it. The only reason we made it out alive is because the bear got confused when all 6 of us split up. It was like something out of a movie.
That sounds like something I heard on YouTube on the Joe Rogan podcast. There was some hunters and they got caught by a bear and they only got away because they split up. I think that's the inspiration for that particular story. Let me know in the comments what you think. People stealing stories. All right, let's grab our animals over here. Then we'll run back over to get the last couple of little mission things. Both of these guys, I believe, should be gold. They were in the 170s, which is well into the It's well into the, gold range. I'm not necessarily trying to get trophies out of these, though. Unfortunately, I don't know. I've had to lower... My air conditioning just turned off, so I feel like I'm talking very loud now. I'm almost positive we got that other one. Let's see if we can get the dog on a blood trail here. He seems to have zeroed it out pretty quickly. Well, first let's see. Yeah, we have Pink, so we should have gotten him down. I'll follow this trail for a... little bit and see if maybe we can spot the body. Well, let me see. Where's the blood? We need to find an actual blood and see if it's even going down in a reasonable amount of time. And of course, now that I'm looking for the blood, it doesn't want to tell me. Okay, yeah, we're not going to follow this trail because that's going to take too long. Let's head back over to our mission sets over here, and we'll find out what's left. All right, we're approaching the area where we have to get the last couple of things for whatever this mission is. Oh, okay.
There's no sign of her, is there? If she tried to hide from a bear up a tree, she found out pretty fast bears are great climbers. Maybe she threw the water bottle in her phone to give herself a chance to escape. Are there any more clues? A bear. Be careful.
Where? Oh.
I'm sorry to send you in there, my friend. I know you can handle a black bear, but that doesn't make it okay. Dad would never have put his people in this position. I have to be smarter. It just seems like every problem lands at once, you know? I'm trying to improve the reserve, but things keep getting in the way. Look, I'm really grateful that you've been able to help me out. If it had been me out there, things could have gone a lot worse. The important thing is Baden's safety, right? Are there any signs of where she went?
So, am I expected to look around for some tracks? It says it's supposed to be over here. I'm guessing we're looking for... I don't know what we're looking for, if I'm honest. So, oh, I don't like it when they do this. I'm just supposed to randomly wander around and hope I come across whatever it is that they want me to do that will trigger the next mission thing. That's really annoying. Okay, well, I'll wander around for a second off camera. And if I don't find... Oh, wait, here we go.
Those look like fresh footprints. She made it out of there, heading west. Still, now she has no phone and no water bottle. Let me look at the map and I'll come up with a game plan.
Okay. So ideally, I wanted to get over to this lookout point over here, but realistically, I don't know if we have the time anymore. This mission really went out of its way to try to take us off course. Because we still need to get, you know, almost 2 kilometers off in that direction. And I don't know where the mission's going to take us, so... I don't know.
Okay, got it. Not far from where you are, we have the old funicular railway. It's pretty big, and it's a tourist attraction. If Baden sees it, then maybe she'll head towards it to look for help. At the bottom of the track, there's an old shed that she could try to shelter close to. It's not much, but it's a start. Given how badly things have gone for her so far, I can only hope that she's not still planning to climb a mountain. I'm going to give the accountants another call at the hospital. See if they can't help us work out where her head is at.
Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and call it here. It's a long way to walk to have to go do both of these in 6 minutes, even with cuts in it. So we're going to go ahead and call it here. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed, and you will be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members do get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click that join button, check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a membership, you can always click the thanks button. It is YouTube's form of a tip. Direct contributions such as these are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you guys enjoyed the hunt. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.